Donald Trump says the media is the enemy of the people and they can't connect that direct line to this supporter attacking the media. It reminds me of January 6th. Why are Donald Trump's biggest supporters all publicly coming out and saying that they're suing Vice President Kamala Harris? Well, VP Harris has successfully triggered Donald Trump and the Maga sycophants around him into one big collective meltdown, and all she had to do was one simple thing. I want to break it all down for you, and I don't want to waste any of your time. Just make sure you leave a like on this video and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. So first, Donald Trump did an interview with Mark Levin on Fox News last night, and the mainstream media failed to fact check him effectively. So I want to point out that this clip right here, Donald Trump is lying through his teeth when he's talking about the COVID crisis. Keep in mind, any economic accomplishments that Trump accomplished were him coasting off of the back of President Obama recovering from the 2008 economic crisis.
We had the greatest economy in history. Then COVID came in, and we did a great job there. Never got the credit for that, but that's okay. But that was so bad for the whole world. $50 trillion in damage it caused. Every country was devastated, including China. They were just a later version of it.
No, you don't get the credit for Obama's accomplishments, but you do get the credit for your failed leadership. Over 1 million Americans died under him, under his watch, and he told us to inject bleach. He was also confronted by Axios about the fact that 1,000 Americans were dying daily, and he said it is what it is. So due to Donald Trump's total failure of leadership during the COVID crisis, our economy melted down, and that's what you get credit for. Again, he coasted off the back of Obama's economic bounce back. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, Tim Pool, the dude who always wears a beanie, who somehow interviewed Donald Trump, who is a total joke. He's always calling for a civil war, and he said that Trump would win all 50 states last election cycle, so never take this guy seriously. Kamala HQ, the rapid response team for VP Kamala Harris's campaign, said, Trump operatives say their Project 2025 plan is to give Trump total, unchecked legal power so they can jail and execute those who don't support Trump if he wins. They have since scrubbed this video from YouTube, and this went viral. Let me play this clip.
Should Democrats be in jail? No question. When Donald Trump gets elected, should he start locking them up? No question. Should there be lists of Democrats that need to go to jail? 100%. And the reason for that is they've committed crimes. We need to make sure that when Donald Trump wins, we've got an attorney general, a deputy attorney general, a head of the CIA and the FBI. Kash Patel would be fantastic. We can have attorney general. There's some names floating around. And then they can start having their investigators and the feds issuing subpoenas, pulling up evidence, and with real evidence, bring them to judges for warrants. Then these people can spend three years of their lives fighting tooth and nail for the crime against the government for crimes they committed, and we can prove. Yeah. And the reason why we put them on trial is that we can show the whole world we will uncover what you've done. We will make sure everyone knows, and you will be held accountable for it.
Not just jail, they should get the death penalty. You know, we actually used to have the punishment for treason in this country.
And then the feed cut off halfway through, and there is a lot to be said here. First, I want to debunk the idea that that is what Democrats did to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was indicted by a grand jury of his peers, and then he was convicted by a jury of his peers. What they are talking about, what they are describing, is a complete erosion of all of our liberal norms, and it's exactly what Donald Trump wants. Every time Donald Trump praises Viktor Orban, it's because he wants to recreate the Viktor Orban model of Hungary, which is to stuff all of these different agencies and with loyalists and strip them of their independence, which is also what it says in Project 2025. So to connect that, Donald Trump praises illiberal leaders like Viktor Orban in Hungary, and Viktor Orban did exactly what Project 2025 wants them to do, and exactly what Tim Pool, or Dim Fool, or whatever you want to call him, is describing in this video right here. And Kamala HQ posted it, and this is where it gets crazy. Tim Pool posted, I have engaged legal counsel. We are preparing to take action. More to come. What an absolute joke. This may be the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. So he said something wild about executing political enemies, and now he wants to engage legal counsel. Good thing we still live in a democracy and not the country that Dim Fool was describing in this video. It is absolutely insane. Pisco said, what's the false statement, Tim? Are you prepared for discovery? Someone said, no one cares, you bald bitch. Someone said, it's your own words, dummy. I mean, for real, It's literally, he said it. How are they going to possibly sue? And this brings us on to Michael Knowles, who says that Donald Trump should be a dictator. All MAGA supporters are melting down.
Trump is just incredible. Abolish term limits, make him president for life. I'm joking, sort of, even though actually Ronald Reagan, his last political crusade was to abolish term limits. Also just saying that. But hey, I digress. Regardless,
another example of them wanting to expand the powers of the presidency and embrace this maximalist version of unitary executive theory. Here's Donald Trump calling out VP Harris for apparently flip-flopping.
But she's just really out there. Now she's totally changed her whole policies, everything. I mean, she's gone, they call her the greatest flip-flopper because she's gone for I'll never drill for oil to like, let's put a well on every street. But she won't do that.
Keep in mind, Donald Trump said a few weeks ago that 6-week abortion bans were fine and that he supported them. And he said 2 days ago that he didn't support them. So Donald Trump is the flip-flopper. I want to cover one final thing that kind of scares me. As somebody who works in independent journalism, this article is titled, Trump Calls Journalists, quote, Enemy of the People during Pennsylvania Rally, minutes before man storms into media section. The suspect, who was quickly tasered by law enforcement, will face misdemeanor charges, according to police. I have been to many Trump rallies as a journalist, as somebody who is openly attending as the media. A man attending a campaign rally for Donald Trump on Friday stormed the media section, attempting to climb up the side of the enclosed area before being tasered by law enforcement on the scene, according to a video posted to social media by a reporter for CBS News. Less than 10 minutes before, the former president called journalists the, quote, enemy of the people. Trump claimed that the New York Times is losing reader after reader. I have to be happy about that, the Republican presidential nominee began, because they truly are the enemy of the people. They are the enemy of the people. They tell false stories about me. All they do is write false stories. And here is the incident. Donald Trump had just said media is the enemy of the people.
Since Kamala and the media don't want to talk about her
Donald Trump says the media is the enemy of the people, and they can't connect that direct line to this supporter attacking the media. It reminds me of January 6th, and Donald Trump, all he exists to do is sow distrust in the institutions, the media, anything that is supposed to keep him in check, and whenever it comes election time, he's going to say that it was stolen, and that is the real dangerous thing about Donald Trump, is that if he gets back into power, he is going to strip independence from all of these different agencies and say that he is the one who can save the country, and people like Tim Pool will be behind him fully. People like Michael Knowles will be behind him fully, and the saddest part is, if he doesn't succeed, if Donald Trump loses, these slimy, spineless snakes will say that they never really supported Donald Trump. They were only kind of behind him. They always have a way to slither out and continue their grift. But here on the Adam Mockler Independent Media channel, we are always honest. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment a blue heart. Peace out.